Be cordially welcome to this new documentary. If it is the first time, I introduce myself. I am the engineer Hiddekel Morrison, and I appreciate you decide to see this educational content. With a wonderful and historic feat of the explorer robot Rover Perseverance, which managed to reach a river on the planet Mars. In a new day of scientific research on the red planet, with a detailed description of this new fabulous achievement, based entirely on a strictly scientific approach. From the perspective of an engineer. Let's start. The Rover Perseverance explorer robot of the United States Space Agency, NASA, has just reached a river on Mars. In its successful journey through the Martian surface, this sophisticated robot, which is the most recent and modern to reach the planet Red. It is about to launch a set of groundbreaking geological finds in one of the best locations on Mars, thus fulfilling a key goal of the Perseverance Mars rover mission of astrobiology, including searching for signs of microbial life. Ancient. This robot will characterize the planet's geology and past climate, pave the way for human exploration of the red planet, and will be the first mission to collect and store Martian rocks and regolith, broken rock and dust. Let's see unpublished images and new information of the delta of a river in which the Perseverance rover robot is located. But first, I ask you to support us by liking this video, sharing this video with your contacts, and subscribing to this channel, turning on notifications, so with your support, we can continue to frequently generate interesting documentaries on aerospace technology and the universe. Thank you for contributing to the creation of educational content. What kind of world is this that can send machines to Mars and does nothing to stop the murder of a human being? José Saramago, prestigious Portuguese writer, winner of the Nobel Prize for Literature. After collecting 8 rock core samples from its first scientific campaign and completing an unprecedented run of about 5 kilometers on the surface of the planet Mars, the Perseverance rover arrived at an area called JEZERO Crater, where a river delta is located, a milestone that NASA announced in this release titled NASA's Perseverance rover arrives in Delta for New Science Campaign. As NASA indicates, what we see, according to multiple studies of rocks, satellite image processing and various scientific investigations, is a delta of a river that is now dry, but which still preserves an enormous collection of rocks and sediments in the form of fan at the western edge, which is what defines a river delta that formed at the convergence of a Martian river and a crater lake billions of years ago. The exploration of this area is the most important for the NASA science team because all the fine-grained sediment deposited at its base long ago is the mission's best bet for finding the preserved remnants of ancient microbial life. Well, that place that is dry and desert today, whose water evaporated millions of years ago, is a river that is dry today, but that previously contained abundant water millions of years ago, as we can see in this recreation. That is why exploring this ancient river is an undeniable source of potential evidence of ancient microbial life. Scientist Thomas Zurbuch, an administrator of NASA's Science Mission Directorate, said that the delta in JEZERO Crater promises to be a true geological feast and one of the best locations on Mars to search for signs of microscopic life in the past, emphasizing that the answers are out there, and the Perseverance rover team is ready to find them. It is really wonderful to think that areas that were the bottom of a lake and an ancient Martian river are now covered by a robot that human beings have sent from our planet Earth. This new achievement is important because it could be the prelude to a possible future announcement of the expected evidence of life on Mars, even if it is evidence of ancient microbial life. The autonomous driving system of the Perseverance robot, called AutoNav, is the software that allows the rover's movement to be programmed. This video taken by the Perseverance rover itself shows some of the terrain the rover had to negotiate during its trip to the JEZERO Crater Delta in April 2022. The Perseverance rover sees its parachute, this image of the parachute that helped carry Perseverance to the Martian surface, in an image that was taken by its Mastcam-Z camera on April 6, 2022. Using a drill on the end of its robotic arm and a complex sample collection system, Perseverance is collecting rock cores to return to Earth, the first part of the Mars sample return campaign. We've been observing the delta from a distance for over a year while exploring the crater floor, said Ken Farley, Perseverance project scientist at Caltech in Pasadena. At the end of our fast traverse, we can finally zoom in on it, imaging ever more detail that reveals where we can best explore these important rocks. Whichever route Perseverance takes to the plateau at the top of the delta, the team will conduct detailed scientific investigations, including taking rock samples, on the way up, then turn around and do the same on the way back. Return. The rover is expected to collect about 8 samples during about half an Earth year of research in that area. After completing the descent, Perseverance, according to current plans, will ascend the delta again, perhaps via the other untraveled route, to begin this passionate new exploration that will also last about half an Earth year. This wonderful ancient river delta is the reason the Perseverance rover was sent to the so-called JEZERO crater, because of its many interesting features. The rocks at the base of the delta will be searched for signs of ancient life, rocks that are believed to have once been mud at the bottom of the ancient lake, where they have already been observed, through the robot's cameras, fragments of sand and rock that came from upstream, perhaps from kilometers away. The Perseverance rover is starting its second science campaign more than a month earlier than planned due to the rover's ability to autonomously navigate JEZERO crater's sandpits, craters, boulders and sharp rock fields. The 6 aluminum wheels of the robot completed a journey of 5,065 meters. The rover's AI-assisted automatic navigation capability with AutoNav software evaluated 10,744 images from the navigation camera during the trip to the river delta and commanded the rover to stop and turn on the spot to avoid surface hazards 55 times. What do you think of the arrival to this ancient river on Mars? I will read your opinions in the comments of this video. As usual, we appreciate you informing us. It is a real pleasure to be able to provide you with the main news, trends and developments about the most important aspects of aerospace technology and the universe, from the perspective of an engineer. I am the engineer Hiddekel Morrison, and I invite you to meet again in a future installment.